Hello viewer! In this video we will present you our work on meta-learning for fast adaptive locomotion with uncertainties in environments and robot dynamics. What happens if a default controller faces various conditions? For example, if we block one of the motors, the robot can stop to move. If we change the friction of the ground so that it becomes slippery, the robot can fall over. And if we add an lateral force, the robot's course is shifted. The question we want to answer in this video is how to quickly adapt to an unknown condition, and we will present you our solution. Our approach is a model-based meta-learning algorithm based on FAML. We've improved the random sampling so that we are able to learn from scratch with no prior knowledge of the type of gates, such as the periodic phases of leg movements. We are able to also apply hard constraints on the velocity, acceleration, and jerk of the desired joint trajectory so that we obtain smoother motions. We show the capability and robustness of online adaptation to changes in both the robot and the environment. We want to highlight that the current limitation of our method is that the meta-learning is only effective for multitask learning. As our method is a model-based approach, we will start with a model. We use a neural network which takes as input the current action and the current state. The action corresponds to the desired joint angles, 3 for each leg, and the state is a concatenation of the joint angles, joint velocities, the orientation and roll pitch show of the base, the orientation rate of the base, and the x and y linear velocities of the base. Our model outputs the next state, which is 20 milliseconds in the future because this high-level controller run at 50 Hz. Now if we look at the general framework of our model-based controller, from the simulation we get the current state and the past actions. Then using the past 3 actions, we are able to randomly sample a population of action sequences. More precisely, we sample n action sequences of length h, where h is 0 reasons, and in practice we use a reason of 25 steps, which correspond to 0.5 seconds. As the action sequences corresponds to the desired joint trajectories, we also apply hard constraints on the velocities, acceleration, and jerks of those joint trajectories so that we get more smooth and continuous trajectories. We then apply our model on those action trajectories so that we are able to predict the state action trajectories from each one of them. We apply the reward function on each state action trajectories, and we select the first action of the sequence with maximum reward. We send these desired joints to the PD controller, which run at 250 Hz, which will send the desired torques on each of the actuator on the robot. One thing we want to highlight is that our model is trained online with a growing dataset of sample state action next states, which are gathered all along the training episodes. After 200 training episodes of 10 seconds, which corresponds less than 1 hour of training, our controller is able to make the robot move forward and is also robust to pushes. Here you can see that after each push, the robot stays on track and does not fall over. One interesting feature of model-based approach is that we can change the reward online. For example, in this video, we linearly decrease the desired velocity in the reward, and our controller is able to track these velocities, so starting from 0.5 meter per second and going down to minus 0.2. So in video you can see that the robot velocity decreases, then nearly stop, and the robot starts going backward. Even if during training the robot only asked to move forward with a fixed velocity of 0.5 seconds. In another example of this feature, we select randomly the desired velocity each 2 seconds, and we can see that our controller is able to make the robot track this velocity. To come back to the original question of our presentation, which is adaptation to a nano condition, first we need to train some experts on those different conditions. So here you can see 4 different experts which have been trained to work with different damage conditions. So here we have a blocked motor, and you can see that with the same hyperparameters, we have been able to train a different model which allow different controller to control effectively the robot. Our model-based approach is even able to learn a controller for a robot which has only 3 legs, which shows the robustness of our approach to train different experts for different conditions. Now what we want is to synthesize those different experts into a unique model, a meta model, and following the FAML algorithm, we first add a context vector to the input of the model. This context allows the model to specialize itself to some given condition, and by simply switching the context, we can quickly adapt the model for a known condition. The second step to go from a model-based approach to a meta-learning model-based approach is to meta-train those parameters C and the weight of the model theta. The goal is to find the initial set of weight theta star such that the model can quickly adapt to an unknown condition with few samples and learn a context vector for each of the training conditions. To do so, we use the first order meta-learning algorithm Reptile, which require first to gather a dataset of samples from each of the different conditions. Then this algorithm is constituted of 2 intricate loops. In the outer loop, we will go through the different datasets several times, and in the inner loop, we will optimize the weight of the model for this particular dataset. And we also train using the same gradient descent optimization, the context vector for this particular condition. And at the end of the outer loop, we will update the current parameter theta star we want to optimize by taking a small step towards this particular theta. So at the end of the algorithm, we get the set of weight theta star, which allow quick adaptation with few samples, and a context vector trained for each of the different conditions. If we come back to take a look at the general framework of our meta-learning adaptation phase, at this time, we use the past action and states to select the most likely condition given the different context vector we have trained during the meta-learning training. And then using this particular context vector and the parameter theta star we have meta-trained, we will do few gradient step optimization to further improve our model. Here we present a first application of this meta-learning for the adaptation to different friction conditions. We first train an expert for the different friction 0.2, 0.4 and 0.6. Then we use those 3 experts to gather a dataset for each condition. We then use those dataset to meta-train a model. We evaluate the model and the experts by measuring the average distance reached at the end of 10-second episodes for different friction ranging from 0.1 to 0.8. And we can clearly see in the figure that the model meta-trained outperform the expert for all the range of frictions, which shows that the meta-learning is able to synthesize the knowledge of the different experts. Another application of this meta model for different friction is the adaptation to decreasing friction during the same episode. Here we linearly decrease the friction from 0.8 to 0.2, and you can see that with the MetaLearn model, the controller is able to go further, which shows that we are able to adapt to discrete conditions, but also for continuous conditions. This successful adaptation to a continuously changing condition is primarily due to our effective condition estimation. In this figure, you can see the likelihood of the three different train friction of the meta model. For the friction 0.2, 0.4, and 0.6, we can see that at the start of the episode, when the friction is higher, the condition of friction 0.6 is the most likely. Then at the middle of the episode, the friction 0.4 is the most likely, and at the end, the friction 0.2 is the most likely. As we select the context vector from the most likely condition, by simply switching the context vector during the episode, we first have a good adaptation of the model. Then the second step of meta adaptation, which is doing further optimization step, further improve the model for the friction on which it was not trained. Now if we compare the average distance reached during those 10-second episode in this figure, we can clearly see that the meta-trained model outperforms the three experts, and which shows that our meta-learning is able to again synthesize the knowledge of the different experts and to adapt quickly to the different conditions. If we come back to the original question, which is how to quickly adapt to an unknown condition, and to the original problem of a series of different conditions, to solve this problem, we first train an expert for each of those conditions. So we have the default condition, the slippery condition for different friction, the lateral force for different forces, and the damage motor for different motor. In this table, we show the success ratio and the average distance reached of the successful episode over 10 episodes. We clearly see that the experts have the best success ratio and average distance reached for their corresponding conditions, but we also see that the meta-trained model, even if the success ratio is not great, the average distance reached when it is successful is of the same level of the experts, which shows that our meta model is able to synthesize the expert model even when the different conditions have nothing in common, such as damage motor or super ground. Now, if we look at the adaptation to those different conditions, we can see that when there is a damage, the robot continues to move forward. When the ground is slippery, it's more stable. And when there is a lateral force, the robot is less shifted. We have evaluated the average distance over 20 episodes, and we can say that thanks to this adaptation, the average distance reached is twice greater, so from 2.6 meters to 5.1 meters, which show again that our adaptation is effective. In conclusion, in this video we have presented our meta-learning algorithm based on FAML for robust quadruped locomotion, which is adaptive to changing robot dynamics and varying environmental constraints. We want to highlight that we use no prior knowledge, such as periodic gate signal or phase vector, and that for the random sampling we use hard constraint for smoother motions. We have validated in a physics-based simulation the adaptive capability to different robot damage, changing friction, and external force disturbances. In the future, we would like to apply this algorithm on real robot platforms, and we are open to any collaboration. And we also would like to improve our meta-learning algorithm in order to be able to adapt to completely unseen situations. Thank you for watching.